Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for February 9th, 2009. This is your host, Patrick Ceresna. First off, I want to take a look at the S&P 500 using the Spider Exchange Traded Fund SPY. And what we've now seen is a solid bounce off of what we now have as the 80-82 focal zone on the downside. And over the last few weeks, we've been talking relatively about the critical state of the market, in a sense that if that 80 level was to be broken on the downside, it would open the window for some very aggressive selling to come in. And what we've really seen now is that the bulls have dug in and held the line, and that really is putting the market far more into a neutral state. That 80 level still continues to be that critical level, but it now is starting to look a little bit more neutral in terms of this potential. And even a break above the 87 level, which is that thin blue line, a break above that level, we may see retesting back onto the top end of the range in the 92-94 zone. But really at this stage, the critical state of the market is slowly coming to an end if the bears can't muster up anything here. Next, we're going to look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is the symbol JLO. And what we really saw was a break of that wedge formation on the downside, but that 13-14 focal point more or less actually contained almost all the trading. And right now we've seen a very sharp reversal candle, which may indicate that we're seeing what we call here an extended double bottom. And if in fact we are seeing a bottoming process here, then what we want to see over the next few days is some follow through to prove that in fact that we have seen a bottom. These one-day rallies is not sufficient, but if over the next few days we don't give any of this rally back, then we in fact may see a short-term bottom in the regional banks index. When we take a look at the ISE Sindex, which is a symbol SIN, it's an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies. We also, similarly to the JLO, have seen the wedge breakdown or the flag breakdown and a break to a little bit of a lower low, what we call as an extended double bottom. And really what we've seen is a reversal off that focal point. We've been talking about that 60-62 area with a very sharp reversal on the upside. One day doesn't make a new trend, so what we really want to see at this stage is follow through, or at least the rally being held in the upcoming days to give us further evidence that in fact we may be seeing a bottoming process for the next leg to push back up to the upside for this index. When we take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is the symbol RUF, we're seeing some very interesting price action, because really over the last couple of years, home builders and the financials have been the poster boys for this entire economic collapse, and really the financials, especially even regional banks and even the senior banks, have really had some serious price action problems in the last few weeks and months. The home builders, on the other hand, have really been following a very basing a pattern that's really held in at the 625 to 675 focal point. We see a very strong reversal back on the upside, which is giving further evidence that this is now an index that is in the accumulation phase as opposed to in the selling phase. Even though we don't particularly know whether this one is going to break out above this 825 to 875 on this go around, it is interesting to see that the sellers are no longer the dominant force in this index. When we take a closer look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is a symbol FUM, similarly we're seeing a little bit of accumulation occurring here, while the broader markets were actually selling, and even crude oil and natural gas having continued weakness. We're seeing the stocks showing some more positive price action, especially over the last 2 weeks. We're now approaching a key overhead resistance at the 79 to 84, and maybe the first go around we may not break above that, but certainly there is some accumulation occurring in this index. So what would be very positive here is that any technical breaks above that 79 to 84 zone on the upside and a consolidation above it it really opens the window for maybe a bit of a rebound in this index in the upcoming months. So let's just see how this plays out. Finally, I want to take a look at the ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is the symbol UKX. And really, we had another retest of what we now labeled as the 395 to 405 area, and had a strong reversal higher. Really, what now we may in fact be seeing was a key bottom retest down into that zone. And if in fact we do have an upside reversal, which has to occur above 430, so we're going to get some important information in upcoming days. If we get a break above that area and a couple of closes up in there, and not only does it open the window for a retesting back into 455, 465, but maybe even a bigger picture move higher. Thank you for joining me for the ISE Equity Index Outlook.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.